All right, so we stop at list collection last class. What I will do is this: I will be going to real life exercises with you guys. When I'm through with a particular session, I'll go in real life. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to handle the list collection and the tuple collections as one entity. Then what we have done with that, we'll now look at work example, then exercises that we are going to work on that is relating to a list or a tuple. So, but let's just of all understand their terminology and how it is being what used. Now, in that class, I said a list is declared with what, with a with a square bracket. This is what we call a square bracket. When you have this bracket open and close, this is what we call a square bracket in Python, in any programming language generally. So when you're having a square bracket like this, is a list. So another way is using the list method. So you have your list, bracket open and close, bracket open and close. This is also what a list. So for me to test run this, I would like to give a live example so that you see that this can also work. Let's say I'm looking at a list of colors. So I will declare my variable to be colors equals to the method using list method, bracket bracket. So inside the bracket I have red, then again I have green, then you know it's a string, then the last one I have blue. All right, so by the time I run this program, please let me comment all of these out. Let me comment all of these out. So now we are in VS Code environment. For commenting out in VS Code, they have a shortcut for this for all programs, all programming language, for you to comment out. It's just for you to highlight all the items you want to comment out. What's this? Highlight all the items that you want to comment out. Then you press your control/. So control/, will put the commenting for you. And we have said that commenting in Python is actually what, hashtag. So that's why they put hashtag everywhere. So what is the essence of commenting? Is for you to make those portion of code not to be executable. Another reason for commenting in programming language is for your program to be transferable to another programmer that can use that your comment to read through and know what to do and what to carry on. How if you have resigned or you are no longer working with the company, you have to comment out your code. It's very, very essential, very important. So I'm using the list method. So if I come here and I said print out my colors, so VS Code will make life easier for me. So if I click on run now, you will see it's going to be executed at the terminal. This is what we call terminal. This is what we call terminal. This down part here is what we call the word terminal. So you can see that what I'm having at the down part, I'm having my red, green, blue. And if you want to still verify again, you can see print and check what kind of data type or they belong to. So your type, then you have the colors inside there. So you save it and you run your code. It will tell you that it's a class of what, of a list. So either you are using your square bracket or you are using list method, you are still declaring a what, a list. So we were able to establish in that last class that the list container is what, is ordered. Order means it can be indexed. Okay, it can be indexed. You can index it. You know the position of each element. For example, now this particular list that I've declared here, position of red is 0, position of green, sorry, supposed to type green there, position of green is what, is 1, position of blue is what, is 1. So a list can be what, can be ordered. So we're actually talking about the mutability of the list before we terminated that class. Okay, so we said it is mutable. It means I can add item to it. So if I want to add item to a list, there is a method called append. All right, there's a method called what, append. So if you call the list is what, the list is colors dot append. All right, so if you pass in color dot append, then you put the item that you want to what, you want to add to it. Let's say I want to add yellow to my what, to my list. So if I will now come back here and run my what, my print statement to get my result, which is going to be what, colors. If I save it and I run this code, You can see that yellow was not there before, but yellow was what was added for me to what to use using the word the append method. Please, are we together? Hello.
Yes, we are together.
All right, using the append method. So the append method basically is to add item to your list. Now it's not only append method we use to add item to your list, we also use the insert method. Now what do you observe? You notice that when I use an append method is adding the item at the last part. What if I want the item to appear before red, or let's say after red, or before green, or let's say after green? Okay, then you need to make use of the insert or the insert method. So if I come here and I said my colors dot insert, you can see VS Code is giving me suggestions so that it make the code to be easier for me to to run. So what the insert method is looking for, method is looking for two parameters. All right, it said the support index, the index where you want it to pass, then the objects, okay, that you want to what you want to put inside. For example, I want it to be at the 0 word index. I'll put 0 here, then I'll pass the item inside. So the item I'm passing here, it can be something like pink. I'm putting pink color inside this, so that pink will be number 1 in my what in my list. So I'm going to say print my colors, print my words, my colors. So if I run this program, you will see that supposed to have pink inside. I'm having print colors, I'm having a red, green, yellow. I'm not seeing my inserted word record, so possibly maybe because I did not save it, because it's supposed to be inside. So you can see now that I have pink, red, green, blue. So pink is coming at the index of what? Of 0. So if I want to put it after the index of 2, I can still run that. I can still run that. So pink will come after the what? The third index. So red is 0, green is 1, pink is what? Is 2. So you can insert element either you are using the append method or you are using the insert method. So basically the append method append the record at the end of the words of the array or the container, while the insert method you can insert the record anywhere in the words in the list. Is that taking? Now the next method we are going to be looking at is the delete method. How do I remove record from my list? Now Python has a method called remove. All right, it has a method called what? Remove. The essence of remove is actually to delete record. So there are two methods of doing it, but the first one is what? Is remove, and the second one is what? Is pop. All right, I think I brought in pop last class. If I say, for example, colors.pop method, this one does not require any parameter inside it. So if I run this program, I have to print out my colors. Sorry, I'm going to have an indentation error. Print out colors. So if you run it, what do you discover? You notice that yellow was what? Was removed. So what the pop method does is that it removes the item that is what? The last, that is coming in for the first. Okay, so that is showing at the last what? At the last part. Then for the other one, which is the remove method, I can say colors dot remove. So this one specify the position of item that you want to what? You want to remove. Let's say I want to remove items like the red. I'll just come in here and pass it as a string, red as a string. Then if I run my program, print colors. So if I run my print colors, you can see that the red is no longer inside my words, inside my collection, or as the case may be. So there is another method that you can also use, that is called, it's not actually a method, it's just like a reserved word in Python to remove items. That method is, that reserved word is called del. That's why del is actually a reserved word. If you are writing a GUI application and you declare a del as a function, all right, you will notice that Python will flag it as an error because it's actually a built-in function in what, in Python. So for example, I say del colors, remove item. Presently green, please be looking at the terminal. Green is 0, pink is 1, blue is what? Blue is what, is 2. So if I say del colors 0, it means that I want to remove green. So if I come here and I say print colors, if I run execute this program, you will notice that I'm having a big fat error. So the error I'm having is because this is not how I supposed to call the index. I should call the index with a square bracket. Call the index with a what? With a square bracket. That's generally how to call your index. Print asterisk. So this should be where my error is coming from now. So you can see that now that green has been what? Has been removed from my list. Please, are we together? Are we together?
Yes, we're together. We're together, sir.
All right, sir. Okay, so we've looked at how to delete record. Then the next thing is, how do you change record? How to change record in your words, in your container? How to change what? Items. Let's call it items, not record. How to change item. For example, please be looking at my terminal, because we said in our last class that Python is running from what? From top to what? To bottom. So you notice that because I've removed, I have added, I've done a lot of things, my list is now having what? Two items, which is what? The pink and the what? And the blue. Okay, the pink and the what? And the blue. That's what I have in my list now. Let's say I want to change that pink to something like purple. So how do you do that? How to change items? So what you do is that you call the index of that item, you pass it to the item you want to what? You want to change it to. For example, I will say colors. So the index of pink from my terminal is what? Is 0. So I want to change pink to what? To purple. I'll just come here and passing what? Purple here. So if I come back here and then I run my print statement, and I pass in my colors here, so you will notice that the pink will be changed to what? To purple. All right, so you can change item inside your words, inside your list array or your list collection. All right, are we together? Now the next thing we have to quickly look at again is, how do you check if an item exists? How do you check if an item exists in your collection? All right, and I used a method last class, which is the len method, to show you the length of item that you have in your what? In your collection. So if you come here and say len colors, so I have to close this bracket twice. If you come here and say len colors, it will give you 2. All right, to display what? 2, because I have just pink and what? And blue, 2 items inside my words, inside my list. Now, how do I check if an item exists in my collection? That will take us, if a value exists or a value exists in your collection, that will take us to what we call the if. If basically in all programming language is a conditional word statement. All right, if in all programming language is a conditional statement. So I'm going to treat if separately, but please, you just bear with me. I want to make use of if statements now to check if an item exists inside my collection. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is the operator we talk about, which is we said we have things like the membership operator, the identity operator, sorry, yeah, identity. Then we have the identity, we have the membership, we have the comparison, we have the logical operation, we have the arithmetic, we have the um, I think there are 4 or 5 of them. But let's just look at the one of the operator. There's a simple operator that you can use, which is to check if an item exists. Print, if I say print, let's say uh, dog, dog in colors. All right. If I run this program, I'm going to get a return of false because dog is not in my what, in my list of colors, because dog is not in my list of what, in my list of colors. Print dog in what, in colors. I don't know why this thing is asking me to save. It was not like that before. So you can see that I'm having what, false. The reason is because dog is not actually in my what, in my color. So when we get to this identity operator, you will understand it better. So if I come here and I said, what's this? And I said something that is inside my container, let's say I said pink, I'm going to get a return of true. Still giving me a fox. My pink is what? Capital P. Pink. So why am I having false? Oh, there is no pink there again because pink has been turned to purple here. Pink has been turned to what? Purple here. So let me comment this one out. So if I run this program, it's capital P. I should have a true. Okay. So pink now is inside my what, my list. Please, any question?
No.
Okay. Now the other method is using your if statement. So if I come here and said if um, if I said if pink, capital P, if pink in colors, which is my array, prints item what, item exists, item what exists. So this program is going to be executed because that item is inside it, pink is inside it. But if I come here and said dog, dog in colors, this program will not be executed. The reason is, you know, the true that is giving me is because of this one, right? So this program is not going to be executed because dog is not in my colors. And there's one thing about the if statement. Let's just talk about it. The if statement is executed if the condition is what, is a true. If the condition is a true, the statement is executed. But if the condition is a false, the statement is never what, executed. That's one thing about the what, the if statement. When we get the conditional statement, we'll talk about it better. Is that okay? So now let's now look at how do you join two lists. How do you join two lists together? So let's say I have a list here. I have a list of colors. So let me just comment from here to this place out, because so let me comment so that I'll have access to my colors. So you see where I declare this one here, I want to make it this states. I'll comment it out. Now presently, let me bring it down so that you see what we are doing. So presently we have two lists. How do we join the states and the what and the colors together? So Python, the list method has a method called what extend. The extend method allow you to what to merge list items to what together. So if I say state dot extend, you can see the VS Code will give you how to bring the solution for you. I am extending colors to what to states. So if I print out if I print out if I print out states if I print out states, I will have a giant word string, which is a combination of what my states and my words and my colors. So basically the extend method allow you to join two words, two lists. Now the reason you will not appreciate all of this until we will now enter into application development, because application development sometimes you may want to handle some items temporarily, then you want to use them later. So you now appreciate all of this procedural programming with Python. So but for now the thing will look somehow doesn't make sense, but please, I will encourage you to follow me as we proceed. Now, question that you will ask me is that all my list containers, all my list items are displayed in horizontal order. How do I make my item to display in a vertical order? That will take us to a topic that is called what loop. We are still in the list, okay? That is called what loop. In that case, you have to loop it. And one of the loop statement is the for statement. So we have Python has two kind of loop statements, the for loop and we have the while loop. Other programming language how to do while loop, okay, but Python just has those two, the while loop and the for loop. So let's assume that I want to loop this item of states, because presently in line 56 my state is having combination of states and colors. Let's say I want to loop all the items. I can say for states in states, for state in state. Now you notice something. When I use the if statement, I pass in what? I pass in a colon. When I'm using the for statement, I'm passing in what? A colon. This is because the for statement is a built-in function, is a reserved word in Python. So at the end of the statement, you must pass a colon so that whatever is coming in next will be indented. So if I say for states in states, then I print out my states. All right, I print out my states. For state in states, for state in states, state is not what defined. Oh, for states, all right, in states, for states in states, I will give you the syntax. For state in states. So if you run this now, you see that everything is coming out in a vertical order. So this is the syntax of for your for statement. This is the syntax, okay? So it's advisable you know the syntax so that you don't need to cram the code. So the syntax is for variable name in container, for variable name in container, then your statement or statements, your statement or what statement. So for variable name in container, so for the state is a variable name which I use to depict what a single item in my state container. Why this state is my is my container that have been extended, that have been joined together. All right, then I'm printing the item one after the other. That's why I said print state. So you can see that the way loop work is that it go to the first one, execute it. It's like a non-linear kind of what of motion. Okay, you go to the first one and execute it, go to the second one and execute it. That's why you know that the program is what is displaying itself in a vertical what in a vertical order. Please, is that taking? Is that taking? Hope you are still with me.
Not really, not really.
Who is saying not really? Is it Mike?
Yes,
All right. So where are you
you said
confused?
something about the. You said for states in states.
Yep.
I know the states is the new, is the current states dot extend. Yes, but
Hmm.
the state is it
That is the
all the data in the container.
that state is this. I mean, a single
Um,
item in the container. A single item in the container.
Okay, like Lagos,
Yes, like
Oyo,
Lagos or
Abuja is
your
the state.
yes.
Okay.
So
Then in the states now is the
mhm,
whole container, the container itself that holds the state
that
inside.
that holds everything.
That's the
That's the
container.
yes.
Everything. Okay. 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 All right.
So please
Noted.
take note of this syntax. It's very important for variable name. So please now, Mike, let me come again. When we say a variable can be anything that you defined. All right, it can be anything that you define. It's not compulsory. It must be states. I can say for x in what in states.
Okay. Okay.
For
In
x
state.
in what
Okay.
in states. So
Okay.
I'm printing out what x. I don't know if you get it.
X.
So my program
Okay.
will still work fine.
I get it.
That's why I said variable what name. Okay,
Name. Yes. In the container.
in the container.
The which means the container holds the variable names.
Exactly.
Like it could be data. It could be anything. Okay.
Anything, anything. So this is what we call looping. All right. Um, I don't know if I should talk about looping now. I don't want to rush you guys, but I want you to appreciate your your class. So I will not rush you. Okay. I won't jump any step. All right. The next container that we'll quickly look at, then we'll go straight and look at work example and see how we can do some example in our Python. So we want to enter the other guy which is called tuple. Tuple.
Please, I hope this is recorded though.
Yes, yes, it's recorded. All right, please. The difference between this array or collection or container, as the case may be, is their characteristics. All right, because the thing is that they are doing the same thing though. Their characteristics and the way they are being declared. For example, for example, we said that the list container is what is ordered, and the list container is what is mutable. We have looked at the example for mutability and why it is what is ordered, isn't it? Now the tuple, another thing again, that the list container is declared with what with a square bracket or with the list what method. Abi? Now the tuple container is ordered, but the tuple container is immutable. So what we mean that the tuple container is immutable, once you have declared a tuple, you cannot adjust it. So the reason why we normally use tuple, for example, is for items in a container that doesn't change in the course of the program, in because of the program what running or execution. That's why we use tuple. So we're going to look at a real life example of a list and a what and a tuple. But a tuple is declared, number one, a tuple is declared with a what? With a round bracket. Hope you know this is what we call round bracket. Or you use your what? Your tuple what method. Just call your tuple the name, brackets open and what? Close. So a tuple is declared with a round bracket or the tuple what method. Okay. So now let's look at a real life example. Uh, I'm going to declare a tuple of book. Should I use book now? Of, let's say, products. products, a tuple of products. My round brackets, this product I have Toyota. I have Benz. I have um, BMW. I have um, so let me just leave these three. So this is a tuple. Okay, so everything you have learned in list, what we call to ordered, it is also applicable. So if you print this out, you print out your products, so your execution should be okay. You see your items executed Toyota, Benz, and what, and BMW. So what you looked at for the indexing, if you print out your product again, you print out I said products index, let's say I say 0, here, I save it. You should know that I'm printing out only what Toyota, so the tuple can be ordered. So you can get the range of the range is there. Positive index, negative index is possible, but it cannot be what be changed. So if you come here and said print, even if you say product dot, what do we have? You can see that we only have counts. We have what index, which we said can be index. All right, you can see that you don't have anything like pop, you don't have anything like append, you don't have everything like remove, you can't do anything like that. So even if you come here and said append something like what kind of product of car can I use now? Let's say I won't die. If you print this, you are going to have a big fat word. You are going to have error. Print out this, you are going to have error executed in your program. So if you save it and run it, to tell you that the tuple object has no attribute words. Append is even append, not append. So the tuple object has no attribute word append, so you cannot change. Once it has been declared, you can't change anything inside. Please, any question? The tuple is very short and straightforward. Any question, please? Please, are you with me? Hello?
No, no question from my side.
I don't know why others are not responding. No. So I want to start work examples so that we'll see how we use this thing in industrial. So we have looked at the two of them. Let me just bring examples relating to these guys. What's his name again, Seth? Mm-mm-mm. Joseph, Oliver, are you in? Hello? Please, can you unmute your mic? Let me hear some of us. Joseph, are you with us? It is well. Oh. Joseph, are you with us? Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, loud and clear.
It's like these guys are not with their, they are not with their this thing. Oh. Maybe they want to watch the video. So let's look at this program.
Hello.
Sum the item in a list. So write a Python program to sum all items in a list. So let me just type it here. So say get the next one is write a Python program to get the largest number from a list. These are simple program though. Then let me add one that is advanced. Hmm, oh, I've not
How
really
about this one? Odd numbers and even numbers.
odd numbers and even numbers. So what do we do about to display odd numbers?
Yes. And when we finish that one, we'll display even numbers from 1 to 100 or from 1 to, yeah, from 1 to 100.
All right, let's see.
Or
Write a
anyone you want,
Python
sir.
program to check if each number is a prime in a given word list of numbers. Return true. So let's do this one. I think that one a prime number is just like what you just said. Mm, so my system is just slow. Mm, can't get that prime number again.
It's not a problem, sir. Just do the ones that you have on the
Hmm.
this thing. Don't disturb yourself, Joe.
Okay, let me just bring, because I don't want to enter the program that require a function to run. I want to just specify it on the list.
Okay, okay, I get what you mean.
Because by the time I started passing it inside a function, it will be like I'm skipping.
Function, we'll get
You
confused.
get
Yes, I
confused.
get.
Yes, yes. So let's just do this one. Write a Python program to calculate the product of a unique number in a given list. This one. Write a Python program to calculate the product of the unique numbers in a given list. Okay, so let's just work with this one first. Mm, for that tuple example, let's do this for tuple. This program that they normally say 30 days are September, April, June, and November. All the rest are 31. Let's write a program to handle that. Days. Write a Python program to display days in a given user imputed month. All right. So this 1 2, they are very simple programs. So I'll just do them quickly before I'll move ahead. So question 1, let me comment this part out. So they said we should write a program to sum all the items in what, in the list. So there is a method called sum. So you can sum item in the list. Let's say for example I have my list is total sum, or let's say should I say total sum? Let's say yeah, let's call it total sum. Total sum. In this total sum, I have the following lists. I have total sum of each product I have. Let's say 40, 50, 60. Then I have 100. So I want to what? To sum all these items. So Python has a sum method. So what I would just need to do is to what I would just need to do is to call my I'll call my total sum. Let's say I said red equals to sum. You can see they have a sum method, sum. Then I'll pass in the variable, which the list I have total sum. So what I will now be printed out here, I'll be printing out reds. I'll be printing out what, reds. So for this thing to run, I have to comment this place out. So I have to comment because I'll have error. So if I run this program, the total sum of product I have there append. I was trying to explain something here. So you can see that the total sum of record I have inside that container is displayed. So the total sum of record I have inside this particular container is what is displayed. The other one said to display the largest number. So let's say I want to check the largest number of this now. We have the method called large as max. There's a method called max in Python. So let me just say largest, pass inside a variable largest equals to max. Then my record is what is total sum. So what I'll print out here, I'll print out largest. Sorry, I'll print out largest. So if I run this, it will bring out the largest record I have. The largest record I have here is 100. So I have what 100 executed. You can see these are simple programs. Now write a Python program to calculate the product of unique words, unique numbers. So please let me check the generator. Just give me like 2 minutes. Okay, just give me like 2 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Please let me quickly check the gen. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. So let's move to this one. To this third one, and probably I have to come back to this one later. This particular one, or I can give you this one as an assignment though. So that is, I will have to do the correction next class. So let's do this one. This number 4. Write a Python program to display in the days in a month in a user imputed word month. So the first thing I need to do, I need to declare tuple. Yes. All right. I have to declare tuple for each of the months. So for the first tuple, let's say month that has 31 days. That the month that are 31, day 31, I'll pass them inside the tuple. So what are the months that are 31, please? Months that are 31 in the year. Months that are 31 in the year.
You have.
I think January. This one you are thinking. You are forgetting
Wait,
your
I'm
month.
thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
30 days like September,
April,
April,
June,
June, and November. Okay, January,
January,
February.
February. February is 28. We are looking
No,
at
January, February, March,
March. Uh-huh.
April. No,
April.
no April, no April.
Um, April, June,
May,
May.
July.
July.
I'm
That
coming. Just wait. Let me check well.
30
I'm
days are
still putting
September, April, June, and November.
June and
December,
November.
December.
December,
Then what do we have again?
August.
August.
Of August,
What do we have again? I think it's finished. 30 days are
August,
September, April, June, and November.
October,
October,
October. I think it's finished. It is days
October.
like
So you can see
September,
that we
April,
are
June.
storing it inside a tuple. I will call the name of that tuple to be day 31. So I will declare on that tuple again for months that are 30 days. So 30 days at September, April, June, and November. So I have
April, June.
September, September,
It is days like September,
April,
April, June, April, June.
April, April, June, June, then April, June, November, November. 30 days are September, April, June, and November. So let's just leave. I think, please, oh, you can correct me if I'm
Yes,
wrong.
we can cancel the rest. Yes,
So
yes, you're right.
September, April, June, and November. So these are days that are 30, days
Yes,
that are what, months that are what, that are 31. So the program we are
that's
looking
one.
at, when the user inputs something like January, all right? When the user inputs something like January, it should tell the user that they are 31 days in what, in January. Do you understand? So that is the concept that we are looking at. So the best thing, please always ensure they are all small letter. If you are using a capital letter, fine. But there is a way. Let me just leave it in capital letter so that you will learn from it also. So I have this here. Then I'm going to declare variable forward for my month with my if statement. Mm, if month if months all right. So since it's user imputed, I have to declare variable for user imputed. Let's say it's going to be months that the user entered is equals to. Now I didn't say this. If you want to collect what user imputes, or you want to allow user to impute record or your terminal and execute it, there is a method we use in Python that is called impute words method. It's called impute words method. So what I'm going to have here, enter your months here. So I'll just have something like this here that the user will enter. So if uh if months if months all right equals day 31, if month equals day 31, I think I have 31, day 31, not 32, day 31, month equals day 31, print uh um 31 days 31 days are in your 31 days are in. So I want to also collect what the user wants enter. So I'll collect the what, I'll call the what, the month that I have declared here. So the next thing I will check is again, what if the user enter day that are 30. So I'll use my elif. This is just conditional rendering in Python. Month, elif month is equals to day 30, also day 30, print out 30 days are in what the user was entered. So I want to collect the months, what the user will know are in, supposed to be outside the quotes, what the user was entered. So that's what I have here. Now the question now is, what if the user enters something like February that is 28. So I can say elif months equals to February. So I have to have my comma here. So print, sorry, print
Sure, sir. We've entered loop.
print. No, this is not loop. This is actually a conditional rendering. It's a conditional rendering. We'll still talk about that later. But because of this example I gave, so that
Okay. Okay.
if you are doing a real life example, you know,
Okay.
a real life exercise is all these things that you understand, you bring and solve a problem. So, and I said we are writing a
It's true. So
program.
it will stick. Yes.
Yes. So I'm saying we are writing a program to display whatever month the user entered, tell them the word, this thing. So you need to have different kind of knowledge that you have gathered, bring them together to solve the words, the problem. So this is actually a conditional rendering. We'll still talk about this. So print out uh, 28 days are in the what, the month. So what about if the user entered record that we don't have in our tuple? Else print out um, invalid 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 entry. So let me remove this. Now I said something. You notice that your tuple is having capital letter B, capital letter J, capital letter M, and stuff like that.
Yes. Yes.
So what I will need to do to handle that is I need to convert something to what, to lower. If month is equals to uh, this, if I call my lower method, I don't have access to it. Lower. So the reason why you are using the VS Code or all this kind of interpreter is for you to be able to call to know what to do. If the interpreter did not bring out the this, you know that is not needed. So if months dot lower should have the lower, yeah, I have the lower method there. If months dot lower, can I use it like this? If months dot lower is equals to this, he said return a copy of what, of a string converted to what, to a lowercase. Yes. If month dot lower so if I convert this thing to lowercase, let's just see the error that I'm going to have first, then before I'll figure it out. Lower. lower, then lower. So all right, I'm going to have error. The reason I'm having error because my tuple is having a combination of a lowercase and uppercase. So the best thing is either I convert this into the lowercase, everything inside here. I don't have access to that. Don't have access to lower here. So either I use everything to be in the lower,
You can just rewrite it. Like it,
everything is in the lowercase here. M, M, then I have J, J, D, then I have A, then I have my words,
A and
my,
O.
my O. So S, A, J, then I have N. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because we don't have a scenario whereby you combine lowercase and uppercase. We only have dot lower and we have also dot upper. We have dot lower dot upper, and you notice that it's accepting record I have inside my tuple, so I can't actually get that now. So let's see the result we are going to get from this. So if I run this, enter your word, your month. Let's say I entered March. Invalid word entry. So now it is not run, it is not actually running. Okay, so the reason why I'm getting invalid entry is either because I have my day before my words. Let's say day 31, day 31 equals what, months. So this one I'm going to have day 30 equals what, months. Then months, so one can be equals to this. So let's see, do I even have March here? I have March there now. So June, invalid words entry is mm, so let's say I have June here, invalid entry. So what's going on? If the 30 is equals to months, if the 30 is equals to months, print out this. So let me see what this one is producing for me. January or March. Invalid word entry. So when you are writing a program like this and you notice that you're having error, you can use platform like ZZAI. They will figure out where the error is coming from, because this condition is actually correct. This my rendering is actually correct. So I'll just copy this code. Okay, I'll copy the code. So go to your browser. To the browser, you can type in, maybe you take note of it, or I'll drop the link for you. ZZAI. So their link is called ZZAI, ZZ Code AI. So what you do, you just click on your bug detector. Click on the bug detector. So you click on the bug detector. So you select the programming language that you are working with. Then you type your code, the code that you have written that is bringing out error. They will help you to debug it. So what they said the problem contains a logical error in the way the check is what is done. So day 30, day this. So the issue arises from the use of equality. Oh, I supposed to use the identity operator. So if day 30 in my loop, if month in, if months in day what, day 31. So do this. If months, elif is months in 30, do this. So it's actually the membership operator. So this one is just going to be elif February, do this. So let's see. So I have March. So 31 days are in what? Are in March. If I type in something like April, I'm going to have a big fat error because I have to run it again. So I type in what? April, and I run it. So I'm going to have, what am I having here? Type int if month in day 30. Sorry. So April. So do I have to be saving this my VS Code now? Is that their new method? April. So we have 30 days in what? 30 days in what? In April. But if the user entered a record that is not inside, let's say I enter something like James, so I should have invalid word entry. Then let's say I enter something like February. I enter something like February. February. So I'm having invalid entry February. If months February, the spelling is not correct. February. So the spelling is, this is a spelling error. So that's why I'm not having it. February. So if I should enter this, 28 days are in what? Are in February. Please, are you with me? Hello? 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 Hello, Mike, are you with me? Joseph, are you with me? Um, Please unmute your mic if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. So, please, any question concerning this particular program? Let me drop the link to the AI to in case you have error and you're having issues on how to debug your error. You can go to ZZAI zzcode.world.ai. Let me just drop it there so that you can it will be of fish
Yeah, very,
to be very very useful to you, please.
yeah, very, very important. Yeah.
Because programming, you will definitely have encounter with bugs, but it's ability for you to what to be able to get your way around it. That's what makes you a good programmer. So what I will do is that I will render this one as an assignment. So next class we'll do the correction. That's on Monday class. This let me bring it out. This third one. This third one. So let me cut it out. So this third one is actually assignments. So you can figure out how to go about it. But next class we are going to do the correction together. Then please, I will also encourage you, do not put too much leverage on AI because AI will not be there forever. Some people say that AI is going to be there forever. Even if AI is there forever, it will get to a point in time that you have to pay for it. So will you have the money to be paying for AI, to be subscribing for AI? So do not leverage on it too much. Always try and do your own due diligence and work out things on your own using your Google search engine. You can do that on your own. So any questions so far? I want to call it a day. I'm going to drop this file to the group platform. I'm dropping this file to the group platform. Then the assignments. I'll also drop the assignment on the group platform. So we are still on the basic code. So it will look very simple to you, but please enjoy the basic level that you are. Please, any question?
No, no question.